Ronda Rousey just nuked every comeback rumor with 6 words. I ain't fighting at the fucking White House. No soft, maybe, no teaser, just a hard pass on the UFC's 250th anniversary blowout slated for the South Lawn next June. If you were still picturing her walking out to Hail to the Chief, bury that dream. Her reasons land like the old armbar, quick, brutal, final. She fired off the quote yesterday on The Lapsed Fan, the same podcast that once got her to flirt with a return. This time, zero hesitation. The hosts asked about the marquee slot Dana White was supposedly saving for her. Rousey laughed, said she's got better shit to do, and reminded everyone she's raising 2 kids under 7 while running point on a Netflix biopic. Translation: the gloves stay on the wall. This isn't just another pay-per-view. It's Dana's love letter to an administration that loves him back. Trump announced it personally, weigh-ins are penciled for the Lincoln Memorial, and the Secret Service already capped the crowd under $5,000, so snipers have sight lines. Politically friendly fighters are scrambling for spots. Colby Covington shadowboxing by the Rose Garden, anyone? Rousey never warmed to that stage. Even at her peak, she dodged campaign photo ops. Turning down a patriotic comeback is classic Ronda, my way or no way. Family first is the headline, but the subtext is scorched earth. She's still furious at the press that labeled her exposed after the Holm and Nunes losses. Toss in the WWE exit, she torched their backstage culture on the way out, and you've got someone allergic to nostalgia tours. She told the pod she won't trade bedtime stories for a training camp that ends with me getting booed while suits clink champagne flutes in the Oval Office. Not bitterness, clarity. She's 38, set for life and writing screenplays. Sparring at dawn to get heel hooked on the National Mall? Hard pass. Losing Rousey guts the UFC's nostalgia lane. They wanted a blockbuster female name to offset whatever MAGA-heavy headline they slot in. With her out, whispers swing to Gina Carano, who hasn't fought in a decade, or a Kayla Harrison jump from PFL. Neither moves the needle like Rowdy. Expect White to double down on gimmicks. Trunks with founding fathers, star-spangled ring card girls, Bruce Buffer roaring, "Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States." All spectacle, no Ronda. Fans keep waiting for the redemption arc, but her legacy doesn't need a ribbon. She's still the woman who made Dana White admit women belong in the UFC. 12 straight arm bars, 6 in the first round, turned pay-per-view buys into oxygen for the sport. Zhang Weili and every female headliner today owe her a cut of the check. Refusing the White House fight cements the story she controls. Pioneer, champ, mom, writer, no footnote needed. Never say never, right? Tell that to Mike Tyson, who boxed Jake Paul at 58 because the rent was due. Rousey's mortgage is paid. Her kids' book royalties, WWE merch residuals, and Netflix advance keep the lights on. She watched Tyson's circus and did the math. Risk brain cells, invite fresh memes, miss another year of bedtime, zero upside. Tyson's comeback only validated her refusal. Smash like if you respect an athlete who walks away on their own terms. Hit subscribe for daily MMA reality checks and tell us, will you still watch the White House card without Rousey, or is it just political pageantry? She's polishing the Netflix script. Think $1 Million Baby meets Karate Kid with an armbar baked in. She's also lobbying California to tighten youth MMA safety standards, something she never had at 11. Fight camps are now story arcs, sparring sessions, bedtime stories. Maybe she pops up in a WWE corner for a one-off, but only if it costs 0 school runs. The Octagon? History. Her absence slams the door on the Legends division the UFC quietly floated. Promoters dreamed of Rousey versus Carano as the White House co-main. Without that hook, newer names like Tatiana Suarez or Macy Chiasson get fast-tracked. Great for fresh blood, rough for casuals who only recognize one female name. Women's MMA evolves, but it loses a mainstream lightning rod. Scroll Twitter and you'll see Stans swearing it's a work, that she'll swerve us with a surprise walkout in a Stars and Stripes GI. She said no on 3 platforms in a month. Lapsed Fan, ESPN Mini Doc, TMZ Sidewalk Ambush. Promoters hate wasting jet fuel. They won't fly her to DC just to get embarrassed. Accept it, nerds. She's done cracking heads. Hosting MMA at the White House smears sport into propaganda. Some fighters crave the photo op. Others fear bleeding half the fan base. Rousey's refusal puts her beside Sean O'Malley, who joked he'd rather headline Salt Lake City than shake hands on the South Lawn. Expect more quiet no's once undercard offers go out. Politicized cards play great on cable, lousy in the locker room. Demand was sleepy even before she bailed. StubHub wants $550 for nosebleeds, steep for a card with no confirmed bouts. Without a marquee female name, the UFC leans on Trump's base plus hardcores chasing history. Trouble is, MMA history doesn't sell like boxing history. Casuals want stars, not symbolism. Rousey's refusal probably just shaved 20% off resale prices. Still thinking of grabbing tickets? Cool. Just don't bet on a Rousey miracle. Tap subscribe for Fight Week vlogs and ring the bell so you don't miss our breakdown once the official card drops. Plan B is Valentina Shevchenko in a flyweight showcase against Erin Blanchfield. Technical, polite, and Fox News friendly. They'll stack prelims with military vets to keep the Patriot angle humming. Expect tons of fighting for the troops narrative even if nobody on the card has seen combat. Her quote will cycle every outlet by tomorrow. Some pundits will brand her anti-American, others will crown her principled. She'll ignore both. She muted MMA media years ago. Meanwhile, UFC PR leaks huge surprise announcements to keep clicks alive. Transparency dies when politics enters the cage. Offshore books already yanked prop bets on Rousey showing up. Before the podcast, you could get plus 350. Now it's crickets. Sharps are hammering the over-under on how many times the broadcast says freedom, currently 17.5. If you love political novelty bets, there's edge. Just don't parlay it with Rousey by submission. Joe Rogan will beg for a 3-hour sit-down next week. She'll decline. First question would be, so you sure you won't reconsider? Expect curated appearances only, a Netflix roundtable, maybe a motherhood podcast. Never a spontaneous MMA show that turns into a comeback lobby. Manny Gamburian texted respect and a laughing emoji. Shayna Baszler said she'd corner her if she ever flipped, then attached a hard pass gif. Even Edmund Tarverdyan told ESPN, she looks happy, leave her alone. When that guy says move on, the book is shut. Monster and Reebok won't flinch. They dropped her years ago. Her current sponsors, eco-baby brands and a vegan supplement line, cheer the family-first stance. Look for Instagram clips of Rousey slicing avocados while the White House card plays in the background. Authenticity sells better than pay-per-view points. European fans already see the show as tacky American cosplay. Her refusal flips the script. Now she's the principled fighter rejecting political theater. Global respect ticks up, especially in Brazil, where fans still loathe how the UFC politicized Anderson Silva. Nothing unites the world like snubbing Uncle Sam pageantry. Twitter's got her face on Mount Rushmore. I said no. TikTokers lip-sync her quote over patriotic music, racking millions of views. The internet loves a blunt F-bomb on the president's lawn. She's accidentally trending above election news. Memes age better than rematches. Every few years, MMA relearns the same lesson. Fighters quit when they're done, not when we're done. Rousey walked away on her terms. Most athletes never get that luxury. Celebrate the 12 arm bars, the Strikeforce belt, the UFC dynasty, then let her rock cradles and scripts in peace. So yeah, Ronda Rousey isn't swooping in to save the White House card. She's busy raising kids, writing movies, and guarding the last shred of her legacy from political prop duty. Respect it or rage tweet it, the message is clear. The octagon door is locked from the outside. What about you? Does her refusal make you more or less likely to watch? Holler below, smash like if you're team family first, and subscribe for the next dose of MMA reality.